the Joyful House. Welcome to a brand new week. It is the week of August 4th through the 10th, 2025. Hope you had an amazing week last week. Hope you had a fantastic weekend and you are ready to just dive into this week. I know I am. All right, so let's chase the fun. Before we get started, I have something that I want to share with you that kind of gives us a little bit of a sneak peek into how we're going to chase our fun this week. And here it is. Be an amateur. Be an amateur. All right. So our author, Miss Annie, says, it is better to be an amateur. C.S. Lewis says, you never know what you can do until you try. And very few try unless they have to. Hopefully that's not you. Annie says that she is a professional at one thing, and that is her job. And that's it. That is the only thing in her life that matters, that she is a professional. At everything else, every relationship, every activity, all of it, she says, I am an amateur, and it's actually better that way. Often, we use the word amateur to describe someone who makes a mistake or handles something incorrectly. Like she says, when I got onto the subway in New York City and I was heading in the wrong direction. She says, I just rolled my eyes at myself and said, amateur hour for sure. Because what a dumb mistake to make. Or when I bake a cake and it totally flops because I'm trying to make something dairy-free and gluten-free, so it's not like a box of mix that I can just dump into a bowl with an egg and some oil. But when the cake turns out more like a biscuit or pudding, 100% because of me and none because of the recipe. It's an amateur move because I don't know what I'm doing. But the actual definition of amateur is much better than that. First off, amateur is a noun. It means a person who engages in a study, sport, or other activity for pleasure rather than for financial benefit or professional reasons. It's an athlete who has never competed for payment or for a monetary prize. A person that is inexperienced or unskilled in a particular activity. And the fourth and final definition is a person who admires something, a devotee or a fan. Doing something for pleasure rather than for professional reasons, admiring something and being devoted. It's like when we've taken that one meaning of the word, someone who is unskilled, and made it the only meaning of that word. And by doing that, we give it such a negative connotation. When we hear someone say amateur, we automatically assume that we've messed up. We've made a mistake. We forget that maybe we're doing something for fun. It's actually better to be an amateur, to let yourself do something that is just for fun, just for pleasure. Let it be something you're devoted to, and don't require the need to make money from it. Something good will grow in you when you become an amateur again. So this week, for your Chase the Fun challenge, what is an area of your life where you are an amateur? I hope that you will consider sharing it with me in the comment section, or even better yet, send me pictures of what you're doing. Hopefully you would be in the picture, but it's okay if you just send me a picture of what you're doing without you in the picture. But I would love to be able to share these out for encouragement to our family here in the community and here in the Joyful House. So I don't know what I'm going to share yet, but we'll find out by the end of the week. And I look forward to hearing and seeing what you are going to do. Before we go, I do want to share that The last time I heard someone tell me I was an amateur at something, it really did kind of leave me with that negative feeling. I was in college and we were on a hayride at Christmas time, and we were literally riding through neighborhoods and we were singing Christmas carols. And I had done a lot of singing throughout my, middle school and high school years. And I'd sung in church and I've done solos and et cetera, et cetera. I'm not the greatest of singers. In fact, I wouldn't actually call myself a singer, but I was always able to manage my own and hold my own in competitions and special occasions. But I had this boy look at me one night while we were on that hayride singing those Christmas carols, and I was having so much fun with my friends, and we were just excited about bringing joy to others through the holiday season. He honestly looked at me and said, "You are such an amateur. You really ought not sing." And it crushed me. My friend that was standing close that heard his comment had a few choice words, but we ended up switching places, and I tried to make the most of the rest of the evening. And that's kind of stuck with me. And so I get very intimidated and shy when I sing. And y'all, God has me sing a lot, especially on Bible chats if you've ever been over there. But I know that he's going to take care of me. I know that if he leads me to that song, he's going to get me through it. But that's the first time and the last time that I really remember someone calling me an amateur that I can remember. So, but according to Annie, Miss Annie Downs, she says that being an amateur makes life so much more fun. So I am ready to live a life of fun. So I'm going to embrace being an amateur at many things, but I cannot wait to see what God leads me to or inspires me to share with you at the end of this week. Also, before we head out, I have one more thing I want to share with you really quickly. And it does come from my weekly or daily, devotions. So if this is not for you, I understand if you want to step out and step away or fast forward. But honestly, even though it's a devotion, I think that it offers up a lot of encouragement. So hopefully you'll stick around. But I really want to share two of them with you. One of them was actually from my birthday on July 17th, and it was titled, Share Each Other's Joys and Hurts. 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 26 says, if one part suffers, every part suffers with it. If one part is honored, then every part rejoices with it. And when I read that, I immediately thought about all of my friends here in the Joyful House. You guys suffer when I suffer. You rejoice when I rejoice. And it is reciprocated. When you suffer, I suffer. And when you rejoice, I rejoice. It says the body of Christ is interconnected, like the human body is. One part depends on another. So when one part hurts, other parts hurt too. Whenever you're hurting, look for someone to be with you. Don't be alone. We are meant to hurt with each other. The same goes for when you're happy. Look for someone to share it with. Join other people in their highs and their lows as well. Rejoice with those who rejoice and mourn with those who mourn. Romans 12:15. Be present with them. Be willing to be a conduit of God's strength and comfort for them. Paul talked about receiving comfort from God in our troubles so that we can comfort those in any trouble with the comfort we ourselves receive from God. 2 Corinthians 1:4. Let your compassion move you to pray or find ways to help. Don't forget that God has connected you to the other parts of his body. There's never meant to be a time when one part exists in isolation. So come alongside each other. Share in one another's joys and hurts and everything in between. Pass along the strength, comfort, and help that the Spirit gives. Lord, keep me from living isolated and help me build bonds with your people. And then that moves us to the month of August. As we are starting out the month of August, each month has a theme, and this one is listen to the voice of love. And of course, it's talking about God. And it says, God is the one who knows you best and loves you most. Nothing in the universe is a mystery to him. He is your guide. He's your biggest supporter, your ultimate helper, your most intimate friend. He is your source of hope, peace, joy, and strength. What is he saying to you? Get still and get close to him day after day so you can hear and remember his voice. His love really changes everything. And there was one devotion that I wanted to share with you, and this is Saturday's devotion, and it's called You Are His. I have called you by name, and you are mine. Isaiah 43:1. The life you live is unpredictable and full of change. Amen to that. People draw near and then they drift away. Places feel familiar, then foreign. Sometimes you feel as though you have nowhere to belong, but you can be comforted to know that you belong with God. Long before you knew God, he knew you. Long before you loved him, he loved you. He created you in joy. He watched over you, delighted in you, and reached out to you. Your Father in heaven pulled you into his love and placed you in his family. He is your safe place, your home, where you're known and supported and free from fear. God called you into your purpose to join him in his work and show his heart to the world. He's made you his own, so when you feel lost or start to forget who you are, remember, you are his. Your great love makes me who I am, God. I belong with you. And I probably shared those with you more from my perspective than maybe from your perspective, but maybe you did need to hear that. You know, I've been having a hard time battling my sugar. We're going on 6 months now, and I feel like, well, I am working very hard not to let it define me. I feel like there are words that just keep coming off my lips, and I keep wanting to suppress them and hold them, you know, like sugar, like tired, headaches, weak. But when I look at this, God reminds me I'm not alone, and that many of you are probably going through some of the same things. And to know that we're not alone, not only that he's with us, but that we're here for one another, then we ought to share. And so there is a thing of oversharing, but I really try hard not to do that. But then that brings us to this one here, reminding us that sometimes life is so unpredictable and full of change. You know, never could I have imagined that one morning I would wake up and feel a certain way and my life would be changed. That the day before was the last day I would ever enter work. You know, that I would spend the next months battling my sugar and still not having answers. But I'm here and I'm taking it one day at a time. And I know that I have the love and encouragement of my friends. Some of those friends, like it say, people draw near and then they drift away. Some of my closest friends, I haven't spoke to them in a long time. And it's as if our lives don't even intertwine anymore. But then I know that God brings in new friends. And whether it's activities, whether it's health, whether it's friends, relationships, finances, everything has its season. And luckily, it's not forever. All of this will one day be a thing that I've moved beyond and moved past, and the same for you. And what great joy it is to be reminded that God created us in joy. I love that. And that he watches over us and he delights in us. And I love that even though some things may sometimes seem so familiar and then they seem so foreign the next, that he is consistent. And I'm grateful for the consistency of the friendships that I have with each and every one of you. So as I close this, I want you to know how much I appreciate you, how much I love you, how grateful I am for you, and that I am just as much here for you as you are for me. So I am honored and blessed to call you my friend, to consider you family. And with that, I look forward to seeing you in the next clip. So go chase your fun and be an amateur at it. And I'll see you soon. Bye. Hello, Joy family.
Hello.
It is Monday night. It's actually about 11:30. We were getting ready to go to bed, and we've had the windows and the doors open most of the afternoon and evening just because it's been a really cool day and it started raining. And so we have come out and listened to the rain and the frogs croaking, and we thought, why not share this with you and show you how we are amateurs at chasing our fun in the night when it's raining. So, yeah, hope you'll enjoy this with us. We're just going to sit and finish listening to the rain and the frogs and let you join us. All right. Good night, Joy family. Can you see the two cardinals playing in the grass? Oh, there they went. Either way, both in the opposite direction. Well, that was quick, but at least you got to see it. I don't know if you can see it. Sorry, trying to stay still. But there's one of them in the branch, sorry. And the other one is down just below it in the fold. Let's see, there's one, and then the other one is right there. But they've been playing together, and that one just flew. They're almost side by side now. Let's see. I was trying to find them again. And they're gone. Oh, there one flew. He's down on the ground. Let's see if I can get him. He's right there on the hillside, right there. There's one of those cardinals. Anyway, I'm very much an amateur at chasing this fun, but I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, there they are together. Sorry, I'm trying to stay still. Okay, there they both are. And a wood dove behind them. We've had a good rain, but they've been playing since the rain stopped. And I thought I'd try and come catch them for you. So I hope you enjoyed this. Hello, Joy family. I just wanted to come on here real quick and give you a quick update on Todd's mom, Miss Faye. As some of you already know and have been already praying for her, thank you so much for that. She fell again at the hospital last night around probably 9:30, 10 o'clock-ish, and they did send her up for x-rays. We waited and waited to hear, the results of those, and finally we called back up there around 11:30, 11:45, and found out that the head scan showed that everything was okay. There were no more, there was no damage to her head in any way, but was still waiting on results for the hip x-rays, which we did not get any word or notification on that until about probably 9:15, 9:30ish this morning when we called again, sadly, but there are no further complications to the hip that she already broke or to the other hip. So praise the Lord indeed for that great news. And then we heard not too much longer after that, about an hour, from the caseworker letting us know about the fall in case we didn't know. We told her that we did and that we've been calling up there and checking on her, and we were getting ready to start heading that way, which is what we're getting ready to do. But she wanted to let us know that as soon as the doctors think she's strong enough, they are going to recommend her to a rehab facility for about 20 days and see what that, brings for us and where she's at that point, and if she would be able to come back home at that time. So don't know exactly when that transfer will happen, but I will definitely keep you posted. But if you will continue to keep her in your prayers, we will greatly appreciate it. And I'll see if I can't grab a couple more pictures of her today. Hopefully she's in great spirits. So stay tuned. Have a great Wednesday. All right. Bye. Next, enjoy. is that time to wind down the week and bring it to a close. Hope you've had a wonderful week. Hope you've had a wonderful weekend. I hope that you chased your fun and your joy, amateur style. I know Todd and I definitely chased our fun and our joy amateur style, but I hope that you enjoyed it as much as Mr. Joyful and I did. Well, I cannot wait to see what adventures next week brings, and I can't wait to see how we're going to chase our fun. But until then, be joyful, stay crafty in your own way, make your own joyful creations, and be the joy in everything you do, and always chase your fun. Nugs and joy. See you next week.